Guys, it is Julian MT from the room, and I'm here to give you a very updated about trading the blues and how to perform and trade like BB and get the most pips out of the trade. So here are a few things about the blues. Julian's blues are very important. They are the holy grail to me, and that all starts with the blue. We definitely want to push ATM scores, and we definitely want to push Nico's way. The 5 and 15 and the 1 hour off of blue requires work, but it definitely helps. The first surviving blue usually leads. This is part of the formula. This is not a hidden agenda. Long term in the 1 hour, 4 hour daily, the blues are accounted for. Remember that. Blues count 1 hour, 4 hour daily. Disclaimer, I do take short-term blues, me myself, on the 5 and 15. I included in my bias with help, and that's with any arrow. Blues are there for a reason, and these are flatline kisses, basically. And just to keep in mind, thank you, MT, for these arrows. This is wonderful to know that all the arrows work. If you look at it in a way of all the arrows are going to the orange line, then you would understand that the blue is going to the orange line as well, but it just takes longer to get there. The blue wants to go to the orange line as well, but it just takes longer to get there. Okay, let's get into it. So the first thing we get into the session, this is the beginning of the room, and first thing we're looking at is this UCAT to the downside. I wouldn't personally just take this blue, not only because it's a 1 and 4 hour correlation of the yellows going to the upside with the blue leading, and also the 15, but also because of this cross, guys. When this orange golden road line is about to cross, and we're looking for a super arrow to the downside, you're against the blue, you're usually not going to get it, and you're going to get momentum upwards. And of course, you got your momentum on the bars, and you got your oil going 9, so of course the trade loses. And it also shows where not to take the blue trade as well. And here it goes again. Another point to not take the blue. You see this is on this candle, even though you have the blue super arrow just on the 5-minute chart. I'll show you perfect entry later, but just because of this 15-minute cross, you don't want to take this trade either. And also because it's against a 1 and 4 hour super arrow correlation. Don't go against 1 and 4 hour super correlations without help. And now it's a 3-0, so don't go against 3-0s, right? Okay. Yay! And it crossed again. Crossed some more. And shot up. And here we go. This is where things start to get interesting, guys. Right here. Okay. So the formula says blue plus pink and or yellow arrows on kiss on black charts plus signal on the blue charts plus momentum bars equals a reversal trade. So that says a blue arrow on the black charts plus a super arrow, or pink or a yellow, plus a signal on the blue charts equals with momentum equals a trade, right? Okay. Now, if we're trading the blues as Julian MT, I would say that this blue is definitely ready to take it down right now. I mean, it's flatline right here at this point. You have your arrow, and I'm thinking of a BB bounce. So I mean, there's your signal to take it down once. You know, that's one trade, right? And as we're taking this trade, we go down let's say that didn't quite give us 3 pips. When this green candle appeared, we're taking another down trade. That's 2 trades, guys. That's 2 trades. So now you have your super arrow confirmed with the momentum, of course, that was in. And we're going to take this trade to the downside again. Take profit 3, stop loss 15. You have your 15-minute also cross. It's flatline, and you have your help. So this is why this 5-minute will go to the orange road. You know, this pink arrow go to the orange road, but this blue, all these signals are really blue signals. These are all part of Julian's blue signals going to the downside. So that's 2 trades to the downside, and then we have another trade to the downside. Here goes another arrow. That's just what I mean. Blue plus pink or yellow on kiss on black charts plus signal on the blue charts plus momentum. So we have the blue, we have the super pink, we have the yellow, and we have the white arrow. So that's another trade to the downside. You have your momentum in, you have the DX switched, and you know this is going to the orange road, right? That's 3 trades. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here goes your super arrow. So this one you can take for 5 to the downside. And that one works. It goes up. Goes up, and right here we're taking another down trade because it is not all the way to the 15-minute band. Let me play this. It's not all the way down to the 15-minute band. This is another arrow. We still have our signals right here. We still have our signals on the 15-minute. Blue plus super pink. Here goes our another white arrow to the downside. And what MT wants to emphasize is push momentum. You know, push momentum whenever you take the trade. But I'm taking the trade to the downside because this has not touched the golden road yet. And it's another trade, and there's another white arrow. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 signals that it gave you. 1, 2, or even 3, because we would have go down anyways. 3 right there. 4 because of this yellow and also the super yellow. So that's 4. And that would have been a take profit 5 because it's on the 15-minute, but also 3 works. 4. And then it goes up, touch the band. We would have took a trade anyways to the downside. And then 5, 6, because now we have our arrow with the momentum going to the downside. And 7, because it gives you another arrow and you're another red. 7 trades to the downside. Take profit 3. And that's it. So that is what the blues do. That is my explanation for a blue. When the price goes past the blue, it turns super. So the blue is the only signal that can fail, disappear, and reappear. So when the price goes past the blue in our session, it starts to turn super. It starts to win. Once it reaches into the orange road, guys, that's whenever you need more help from a longer term basis. You need a super arrow. You need more arrows on the longer terms. But in just the short term trading session that we have, y'all, this is how you get into it. You're taking 7 trades for 3 pips. That's 21 trades. That's 21 21 pips right there in this move, and that you're not losing. So, and those are all perfect entry points. Take profit 3, stop loss 15. I just want to share that with y'all. It's lovely to know that. Also, the crosses have been confirming that if it's going to go past the golden road and into the band as well. And I'm really comfortable with trading like this. So if you're wondering how BB is getting all those pips, if we're taking 7 trades times 3 and she stacks it times 4, guys, even on my strategy as well, if you wanted to use 3 pips, if that's your thing, you can stack it times 4 and get your 12. So 12 times 7, guys, is 84. So 84 pips off a 20 pip move. So I know Kevin or Jasperin, they might get the whole 20 for 5, but really you're only going to get 2 trades for 5 on this UCAD to the downside. You won't get 20 pips, so you're only getting about 10 pips that you can actually get into the trades in on the UC. But if you're using 3 pips, you got it 7 times for 3 pips, y'all, and you're aiming for the orange line, and you're just cashing out. So that's all I want to say. Hope you have a great day.